Are you ready for the session? Today's paper, a few questions are really confusing, difficult to understand in fact. 80% you can answer, 20% quite challenging. And the passage, you can answer 5 questions, 2 questions quite challenging. 5 you should be extremely happy. What is this passage about? Have you read the passage? All of you? Sure, very good. So what is this passage about? It is about renewable energy sources. Please write 2 terms. First you write the word conventional energy sources. I'll spend 5 minutes on the enrichment based on the editorial. That is important. And don't expect me to say please write. You understand what I say? You have to write immediately. So conventional energy sources, brackets you write traditional. Conventional or traditional, these are also known as, write one more term, non-renewable energy sources. What are these conventional or traditional or non-renewable energy sources? They depend on what? Have you copied all the 3 terms? They depend on, right, fossil fuels. I'm sure you all know this. Fossil fuels. They are limited. So they are known as conventional, non-renewable. Today based on that we talk about renewable sources of energy. When it comes to non-conventional, write the opposite word. First you write renewable. Write only the key words. Renewable, non-conventional energy sources, not traditional. And what comes under renewable energy sources? We have solar energy, we have wind energy, we have hydro, all these, whatever you can renew. And this passage is based on which energy? Solar energy. And have you gone through the passage quickly or you have spent a lot of time on the passage? Either way, first you have to go for skimming. All of you please write the word skim. When it comes to reading techniques, reading the passage, there are 2 terms you have to know. First you write the word skim or write the complete form, skimming. Skimming means quick glance. Just you have a quick look at the passage to get an idea what it is about. That is known as skimming. Imagine you know about solar energy, then you feel comfortable, you read with a different mindset. But something related to biotechnology, you don't have any background, then you got to be alert and read. But remember, whatever your background, whether you know the topic or not, it does not matter. They frame questions in such a way that based on your reading comprehension skill, within the stipulated time period, you can answer all the questions, irrespective of your background. You understand my English? But you know the topic, rather easy and you can save time. And write the next word, write the word scanning. Skimming, only a few seconds. Scanning, a lot of time. Write the meaning. Scanning means to read in detail. To read in detail. Or to read meticulously. I use this word quite often. Meticulous means what? Careful. Write the meaning. Meticulous means careful. Looking at every word and reading carefully. I hope you have read the passage carefully. We'll go to the first question. Some of these questions you don't have to read the passage. Solar energy depends on what? Sun. India is a tropical country. That means we get a lot of sun, exposed to a lot of sun. Based on that, what is the first question? The solar energy potential in India is immense due to. Why the potential is immense? Because India is a tropical country. Then comes the question, what is tropical and what is temperate? If you take the earth, you have 0 degrees, what do you call it? Equator. And 23.5 degrees north, it is called Tropic of Capricorn. Down it is called Tropic of Cancer. In between we call it tropical region, above temperate, below temperate. And this region receives a lot of sun. It gets exposed to the sun. Based on that, what is the answer? Convenient location near the equator. Seems right or wrong? West Himalayan region. Now let us not waste time on the options. What is the answer here? The very first option is the answer. We'll go to the next one to save time. Question number 2. This is a little challenging. 2 questions not easy to answer. Which state in India will produce maximum solar power as per the RE department? The passage talks about 2 states. One is Gujarat, the other one is Rajasthan. But there you may get confused. But if you read the next sentence, it talks about added to that barren land. Have you noticed it? Please write barren land. What is the opposite of barren land? Fertile land, right? Fertile land. Between the 2 states, which one has more, in your opinion, barren land? Gujarat or Rajasthan? Obviously because of the desert. As simple as that. Based on that, what is the answer? Is it Gujarat or Rajasthan? 4th option. But you got to be a little careful here. Otherwise, you may look for the option either none or Gujarat and Rajasthan, both. You don't see both the options. Question number 3. Which public limited company was established to promote renewable energy in India? Clearly mentioned in the passage. What is the answer? It is the 4th option, India Renewable Energy Development Agency, IREDA. Easy to answer this one. Question number 4. The solar industry in India is still in its nascent stage. In fact, it is in bold, the word. Underline the word nascent. Nascent, write the meaning. Developing. A particular product, a particular field, developing. What is the word? Nascent means developing. You all know the meaning of the word nascent? Fine. And when you go to that context, what do you see? What are the options here? Is it question number 4? One is land acquisition. Can you say land acquisition? Lack of government support. No, government is supporting a lot solar energy. Technical inefficiency. Human resource. What is the 5th option here? Cost of solar electricity. It has been mentioned clearly in the passage. Based on that, what is the answer? 5th option is the answer. This is also easy, but solar generation, here solar electricity. Words have been changed. Idea is the same. Question number 5. What is the major setback in this field at present in India? This is another question difficult to answer. 2 factors have been mentioned. One, investment, as we said. And what is the other one? 3rd option, lack of standards. Both have been mentioned. It starts with investment, but later added to that one more major setback. Lack of standards or low standards. This is a bit difficult to choose. But the key says which option? First option or 3rd option? 3rd option. Am I right? Check the key. What is the question number? 5. 3rd option. But I'm not convinced this one. Major setback. Major setback, 2 factors have been mentioned. One is investment to begin with, and later stage, lack of standards. In my opinion, the answer should be the 5th option. What is the 5th option? None of the above. Had it been 1 and 3, that would have been the answer. But only 3 not correct, only 1 not correct. I hope you guys got it. Question number 6. Choose a word which correctly represents the word perennial. Generally, this word goes with plants. First you write one word, annual. Then you write this word perennial, biennial. So what do you understand from the word perennial? Forever. Write the meaning. Perennial means forever. Always. Write 2 words. One, forever, always. Annual means once a year. Biennial, twice a year. Perennial, throughout the year, always. You understand? And based on the context, a different meaning. This actually goes with plants and flowering. But the passage is about what? Renewable sources of energy. Based on the context, what is the meaning? What is the first word here? Surplus. Write the meaning. Surplus means excess. What does it mean? Surplus means excess. That is not the answer. And profit does not go with the context. Hindrance. Underline the word, write a few synonyms. Important word. Bottleneck. Impediment. Hurdle. Hindrance. They all mean the same. Hindrance, bottleneck, impediment, hurdle. Does it go with the context? Are you writing immediately? Fine. It does not go with the context. What is the next one? Constant. Hold this one. Discourage, does it go with the context? No. So what is the answer here? Always constant. Question number 7. Choose the word which correctly represents the opposite meaning of nascent. Already you got the meaning. Nascent means what? Developing. And what is the opposite? Developed. So what is the first option here? But you got to see other options also, because sometimes they give synonyms. You have to choose the effective word. Can it be hopeful? No. Promising? No. Budding? They all are synonyms. Budding, emerging, promising, synonyms. Hopeful, irrelevant. Answer is the first one. How many of you have got 5 or 5 plus? Raise your hands. 4 is also good enough. An easy passage, but 2 questions challenge you. Shall we go to the next set of questions? I am not going to touch question number 8 and 9. I don't know how many of you have understood this. Have you understood the question number 8? Raise your hand, those who have understood. Not easy to comprehend what exactly it talks about. As feeling gradually develops, grammatically there is no error. Something gradually develops. Pick the word gradually. The screen space is made luminous, shining, or luminous. You all know the word bioluminescence, luminous, related to light. By movements of the heart that slowly supersede. The key says the third word is not correct. Supersede the narrative drive of the film. What is the right word? Difficult to make out. But supersede, it does not go with the context. That much I can say. Answer is the third one. Not easy. This is a tough question. I said in this paper, 2 or 3 questions are very difficult, and we have 2 questions in this model. Next one also very difficult to make out. The oncoming mobile or incoming mobile? Oncoming, have you ever heard of that? Please underline oncoming. Have you heard of that any time? We know incoming. This oncoming, I wonder whether it is right or wrong. The oncoming mobile reconnaissance, underline this word, refer the dictionary and find out the meaning. It has 2 or 3 meanings. Unit closed in as immense gears and support shafts, capitated while the great metal gates rose forth. Very difficult to understand this one. Not at all easy to comprehend. When you come across a question like this, leave it. You understand what I say? Don't rack your brains. There are some questions we call, write the word trap. I could have brought the answer. What I do, I have my own sources how to find out what exactly the sentence from where they have taken. But I didn't want to waste time on that. You understand what I say? Some sentences worth spending time and explain the students. And this one, I thought it is not easy to comprehend and have to spend a lot of time to find out the source. I considered not worth. I hope you guys got it. Fine. We'll go to leave that one. Question number 10. Prior to the development of hospitals, people from the surrounding towns. Do you find any error here? Prior to the growth, prior to the development, prior to the progress, nothing wrong of hospitals. People from the surrounding towns, any problem with the combination? Nothing fault, no wrong, nothing wrong. Surrounding towns look to the monasteries. In the past, monasteries were very popular. When Buddhism was in the limelight, Jainism was in the limelight, people would go to monasteries, perhaps, past. And nothing wrong here. For help with there or there. So what is the right word here? This is easy to answer, should not be a problem. How many of you have got this right? Good. Next one is also easy. What is the next one? Dozens of miracles. Do you find any problem with these two? Underline the word or take the word dozens of miracles. Nothing wrong. And curses. Underline miracles, curses. But generally we use, write two words. One, boon. The other one, curse. Curse, we also, opposite of boon, we use bane. Boon or bane, they go hand in hand. Boon means something positive, nature's gift. And bane, opposite, nature's curse. You all know the word curse. Curse means what? When you don't like someone, what do? You curse that person. You wish something bad should happen to that person. I hope you guys know that. Coming to this, will allow you to wreak havoc. This is based on an idiomatic expression. If you know that idiomatic expression, easy to answer 1 second, not more than a second. What is that idiom? It is not wreak havoc. So where is the error? Third part, there is an error. It is not wreak havoc. Write as one unit, wreak havoc. Wreak havoc means, write the meaning of that, cause great damage. I hope I am not going very fast, you are able to follow. Write the meaning, cause great damage. You have written already, wreak havoc. Usually it goes with storms, cyclones, that time they use a natural disaster, wreak havoc. But what is the meaning of the word wreck? Please write the word wreck. Also write the combination shipwreck. Wreck means, shipwreck means damage the ship. Have you heard of this word any time? A ship gets damaged, then what do you call that ship? A wreck. It became a wreck, and we call that shipwreck. And sometimes this goes with aeroplanes rarely. Usually it goes with a ship. Sometimes what happens, aeroplane also you can use wreck. You find the parts of the aeroplane, small parts. Then we use the word debris. The letter S is silent. Write the word debris. Please don't make me say write the word. Why do you focus on screen all the time? Listen and write. Come out of that habit. What is a habit? Looking at the screen all the time. No. God has given us ears. For what? To listen. You don't have to look at the screen. And when you listen and write, you'll be able to grasp in a better way. And you can write faster. Every time you have to look at the screen and write. Listen, write next second. So, debris, the letter S is silent. These words you have to. But along with these words, when it comes to a ship, there are certain words you have to recollect. One is, a ship usually, or not usually, sometimes, it goes upside down because of some factor. Then based on that we use a few words. First you write the word capsize, an important word. The ship or the boat capsized. Write the meaning. Capsize means turn upside down. Turn upside down. We have recently got, I think, one of the batches, I don't remember where. There is an idiomatic expression for the same meaning. Turn turtle. Please write turn turtle. Turn turtle, capsize, turn upside down, they all mean the same. All these go with ships, Sometimes turn turtle, we use it buses, rarely. And also words like shipwreck, debris, you have to recollect. Shall we go to the question? There is an error in the third part and the question is based on an idiomatic expression. Question number 12. Underline the word slander. Slander means to criticize someone severely. To criticize someone severely. The slander against the Jews living in France achieved a degree of. When you know the meaning of the word slander, criticize, attack against the Jews, then you understand the context is positive or negative. Negative. Accordingly, you have to look for the option. Against the Jews living in France achieved a degree of not seen anywhere in a civilized country. Can you use a positive word like kindness? A viciousness. Imagine you don't know the meaning. Hold that one. Can you use a positive word like liking? Can you use a positive word like loving? Can you use a positive word like affection? Here, whether you know the meaning or not, you can answer the question effortlessly. What is the answer? Vicious. That's an important word. Viciousness, noun form. Write the meaning and the combination. V-I-C-I-O-U-S. Vicious, cycle, or we also use the word circle. Something very bad or negative. Usually this goes with some youngsters, initially very nice, soft-spoken, well-behaved, no bad habits. But because of, write this as well, peer pressure. Have you heard of this any time? Please, for God's sake, respond when I ask a question. Yes, sir. I will not explain. No, sir. I will explain. Have you heard of peer pressure? No. Peer pressure, majority I can make out. Peer pressure means people at the same level, either age group or position or status. They put pressure on someone. That is known as peer pressure. For example, when you go to a college, you are an innocent boy or girl, no bad habit. Usually we get attracted to a particular group. Why we cannot answer? I hope you all agree. We join that group. And initially you say no to smoking, drinking, all these. But slowly they put pressure. Only one day, no problem. One puff, no problem. So you don't want to disappoint them because they're your friends. And one day one puff, next day two puffs. After that it becomes a habit. That is what precisely we call peer pressure. So once a person, because of peer pressure, gets into bad habits, then we say he got into a vicious cycle or he got into a vicious circle. The more he tries to come out, the more deep he goes into that. It's a very dangerous thing, especially when it comes to drugs. You all know drug addiction. Very difficult to come out of that. The next set, what do they deal with? I think this set is over. Or, okay, we are still with the same. Governments change this so that in any other country such a state of affairs would have meant the nation was close to chaos. Underline the word, an important word they have given many a time. Chaos means complete confusion, a confused state. Chaos, chaotic situation, complete confusion. So context is positive or negative? Negative, obviously. Chaos is a negative word, and it happens rarely, no problem. Some negative thing happens rarely, there's no problem. But some negative thing happens quite often, there's a problem. Based on that, can you consider the first option? You have to respond. Seldom. Seldom also means, write the meaning, rarely. Seldom means what? Rarely. But there's an important word. See, there's something called smart learning. When you come for explanations, don't come for answers. That is sheer waste of time. What is the reason? You are given the handout. At last page, what do you have? You have the key. You don't need the master for that. But here, why do I come? Why should you come? For value addition. That is my responsibility. From your point of view, you got to be smart learners. The moment you see the word seldom, a casual learner will not consider because rarely it does not go with the context. But a smart learner will recollect a rule. What is that rule? When we begin a sentence with a negative word, then the clause should be in interrogative form. And he or she will recollect the negative words. What are the negative words you can think of? Hardly, scarcely, barely, all these. And in many exams they have given questions based on that interrogative aspect. I'll give one example. Hardly he had reached. Whatever the clause, the remaining part does not matter. After the word hardly we have a clause, he had reached. Is this right or wrong? I hope you guys are listening and you understand my English. Then you should not wait for the answer. Is it right or wrong? I have just said, if you begin a sentence with a negative word, the clause that follows a negative word should be in interrogative form. This is in which form? He had reached. Affirmative. So it is not correct. What is the right one? For that, why do you wait? Wrong. What is the correct expression? Hardly had he reached. Seldom also, same rule. That you have to recollect. What is the next option here? Not much. No. Uncommonly. Rarely, uncommonly, seldom, all the synonyms you can eliminate. Not much. That is also in a way related to rarely. What are you left with? Answer is the fifth option.